Hello, my name is Meerah, and I am a Lorekeeper in one of Yogg-Sothoth's libraries, and today I wanted to talk about the Nameless Things, The Watcher in the Water, and Ungoliant from the literary works of J.R.R. Tolkien. Cosmic horror in my Middle-earth? More likely than you think. We'll start with the Nameless Things, because they are pretty quintessential Lovecraftian entities in my opinion. Far, far below the deepest delving of the dwarves, the world is gnawed by the Nameless Things. Even Sauron knows them not. They are older than he. Now I have walked there, but I will bring no report to darken the light of day. That's a quote from Gandalf from The Lord of the Rings. The Nameless Things, much like Ungoliant, are unknown in origin, and are said to be older even than the Maiar. For those of you who may need a little refresher, Eru Ilúvatar created the Ainur, which includes the Valar and the Maiar. The Valar are essentially the gods of the Tolkien mythos, and the Maiar are like the lesser gods that serve and work for them. Their birth essentially marks the beginning of recorded time, and Gandalf claims that these nameless things have been alive beneath Arda, the world, since before the Maiar even arrived there, and that they are older than Sauron himself, who is a Maiar. They're old as heck. Despite this, very, very little is known about them. They're mentioned only a couple of times in the entire Legendarium. Gandalf speaks of them very, very briefly in the same conversation that he is describing his battle with Durin's Bane, a Balrog, or fallen Maya, and yet he deems them so terrifying, even in comparison to the Balrog, that he refuses to speak on them more than a single sentence. He says that they reside so deep beneath the Misty Mountains that the dwarves have never even come close to encountering them, but that when the orcs dug their new tunnels around Goblin Town, the original owners of those tunnels, the Nameless Things, retreated further into the depths and continued to lurk beyond their knowledge. Gandalf goes on to say that Durin's Bane had learned to navigate the tunnels of the Nameless Things, though it is implied that the Balrog ultimately avoided or gave them a wide berth. It is believed that the Watcher in the Water, which is the tentacled monstrosity that resides in the Ciranon Lake outside the gates of Khazad-dûm, is one of the Nameless Things, though how or why it came to be so near the surface is unknown. This creature's full form is never seen or described. The only parts of it that are described are its long, sinuous tentacles, which were pale green and luminous with fingers at the end of each tentacle. The Watcher is known for taking Oin and attacking the Fellowship, both events that occur during the Third Age. What became of the Watcher after the dwarves reclaimed Khazad-dûm is unknown to us. The Nameless Things are ultimately thought to have been inspired by the character Nidhogg, the dragon from Norse mythology that gnaws at the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree. The other creature that just oozes cosmic horror vibes in Tolkien's work is Ungoliant, the mother of Shelob and all the other gigantic talking spiders in Middle-earth. Her origin is also unknown, though Melkor found her in his wanderings in the void, so many believe she is a primordial being birthed from the void, or perhaps that she is a physical manifestation of the void itself that chooses the form of a giant spider. Her time of birth, time of death, and her age are all unknown, but we do know for certain that she is active during the First Age as an ally to Melkor, and at one point she becomes so powerful that Melkor has to cry for his Balrogs to come and save him from her, because she decides she wants to eat him. Hunger's kind of her thing, by the way. She drank the sap from the two trees until they died, and then she devoured several precious gems, and she was promised the Silmarils, but when Melkor refuses to hand them over to her, that's when she decides to eat him. As I stated before, her origin is unknown, but not just to us, but even to the most powerful of the Valar, and it is implied that she is both older than and more powerful than Melkor, who is the strongest among the Valar. It is suspected that she died from self-cannibalism, having devoured herself in her insatiable hunger. This is, however, never confirmed. Much like the fate of Shelob, it is open for interpretation. And that's it! Just a short little blurb about my favorite representations of cosmic horror in Tolkien's work. I'm a huge Tolkien fan. I have been ever since I was a very, very young little shapeshifter. So I hope you enjoyed me sharing this little bit of fangirling. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time here in the library.